Okay, a little review before I have to run out the door. This review is dedicated to my friend Andrew Doucette in Riverside, California. And he's the first person that told me about this film a while ago, and I had not ever picked up a copy. I saw it at a Dollar General, probably 2015 for the first time, didn't buy it, and then a couple of days ago, I picked it up at a thrift shop in Modesto for $1.50. From the creators of Napoleon Dynamite, Jared Hess directing, Gentleman Bronco, co-written by Jared and Jerusha Hess. This comes out 3 years after Nacho Libre, 2009. 89-minute runtime. Okay, so let's talk about some of the notable players in this movie. Right off the bat, one of the main characters, and the premise of this film first, because of it's kind of like one of those, maybe you've seen it, maybe you never have even heard this film. Though this movie is based off of this character named Benjamin, and his dad died when he was young, and his dad was, what do you call it? He worked with, like, the U.S. Forest Service or the Bureau for Animal Poaching, or I don't know what exactly the correct name is, and my brain's not working. I got up at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm not running on all 8, folks. Okay, so anyway, it takes place in Utah as he kind of has, like, I feel like there's a LDS influence here because of Nacho Libre was Idaho, big LDS community. I believe this movie takes place in southern Utah, if I'm not mistaken. I couldn't find a whole lot of information on the film. It is rated PG-13. So this kid, Ben, is a homeschooler. And if you were homeschooled in the early 2000s, such as myself, you will relate to a lot of the characters in this movie.
I was homeschooled for 1 year.
Wouldn't you say that once upon a time, homeschool kids were very awkward and weird? Maybe they had a 10-passenger van and dressed like they were Amish and were just super awkward. My friend Bobby...
Maybe they still are.
My friend Bobby, his mom kept their TV padlocked, folks. That's homeschool craziness that you just don't experience.
That's another level. All right.
So anyway, I related with the awkwardness of this film because I grew up around real-life folks like this, and I went to a Christian Bible college, and there was a lot of students here that could have been in this movie in real life. So that being said, the main character, Ben, he has this whole repertoire of sci-fi novels that he had written, and he's homeschooled, and he goes to a homeschooling writing camp for the weekend, and the Ben character, his mom, is played by, I recognized her, I can't tell you what else she's in. Where is her? She's played by Jennifer Coolidge. And then there's this other guy that goes on the writing camp, played Hector Jimenez, who played Escalito in another Hess production, 2006's Nacho Libre. And then Dr. Ron Chevalier is played by none other than Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords fame. So if you can grasp your hands around the weird humor of Flight of the Conchords and Jared Hess in general, because his movies are all kind of quirky, this movie is going to be right up your alley. It's very specific humor, not for everybody. There's a lot of sight gags in this film. He kind of goes back to the familiar Rolodex of humor that he did in maybe Nacho Libre or Napoleon Dynamite. So to me, if you enjoyed those films and you haven't seen this one, you should see it. This movie bombed at the box office. So we talk about that. The premise of the movie is this kid goes to this writing contest workshop and submits his manuscript to be potentially published. And his idol science fiction author, the guy Ronald, is having a dry spell of successful writing. And he pirates parts of his manuscript and passes it off as his own. That's the film in a nutshell. And then there's all the aspects around that as well. So, $10 million budget. Complete bomb at the box office. It was so bad they pulled it out of theaters. It made $118,000. It had a very limited run. And again, I kind of go back to, this is a quirky movie. It's not for everybody. However, Richard Brody of The New Yorker in a 2018 article said that it was truly a great film that deserves no asterisk next to it. And I agree with that. So let's talk about these critic morons. Gave this film a 20% rating, and they don't know, pardon me, they don't know what they're talking about. Bunch of clowns. IMDb, 6.1 out of 10. Google users, in the threes, 69%. That's my take on a 69% rating. However, on Gentlemen Broncos, I am going to recommend this film 4 out of 5. Loved it, laughed a lot. I needed to laugh. My hours just got cut at my job. I'm only part-time now and I'm struggling, so I needed something as a pick-me-up to bring me out of the doghouse and bring me into a better state of mind. This movie had everything that I wanted, including a happy ending. So, yes, Gentlemen Broncos. That's my one-take review for today. Until next time, keep on watching movies and like, comment, subscribe if you want. We'll see you then.